Would you like to learn how to make some delicious Moro de Habichuelas rojas or Dominican rice and beans? Nah, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I sure know how to cook it. See?
Lisa D delights. Got noises in my stomach, so I guess I'm feeling hungry.
Here are a few things that you'll need for this Dominican rice and beans recipe, but the exact ingredient list and measurements and such will be in the description box below. Now I'm just going to chop up these onions, garlic, multicolored bell peppers, and cilantro. Now I have my pot on medium-high heat, and I'm going to add in some olive oil and some butter. The butter is for flavor, and the olive oil is so that the butter doesn't burn. Now I'm going to add in the onions and the bell peppers. Any kind of onions will do. And I'm going to let those veggies cook for about a minute before adding in some garlic. I add the garlic last because garlic has a tendency to burn. Now I'm going to give that a stir before adding in some sofrito. Sofrito, or green seasoning, is a blend of onions, garlic, multicolored bell peppers, and other herbs. Oh, and cilantro. I'll put my sofrito recipe above. And no, it's not redundant. We're adding on layers and layers of flavor. Okay. Next, I'm going in with 2 packets of sazon. And now I'm going to add in some Better Than Bullion chicken base. I'm not using any salt in this recipe. I'm getting the salt from this chicken base, the sazon, and some adobo that I'm going to add later. Now I'm also going to add some Italian seasoning. And here comes the adobo. Most people use tomato paste in their Dominican rice and beans, but I like to use these diced tomatoes and green chilies. I follows the flavor, baby, okay? And then I'm going to add in my pigeon peas. And I don't drain the liquid because there's flavor there too. Just use a little less water if you do use the liquid of the canned peas. The next thing I'm going to add is some water. And I'm going to give it all a good stir and let it come to a boil before adding in the white rice. Wash your rice, pumpkin. Now I'm going to turn the fire up to medium-high, and I'm going to let the water cook out of the rice. You want to let the water evaporate till it's like 80% gone. And once you see the water is almost gone, then you know it's time to go in and fluff up the rice. Scraping up the sides and the bottom so that it doesn't stick. But don't scrape it all up because that cocoa is good too. That's the little hard pieces of rice. It took about 8 minutes for most of the water to cook out, by the way. Now I'm going to reduce the fire to the lowest setting possible. And I'm going to cover the pot with some aluminum foil. And then I'm going to place the lid to the pot on top of the foil, creating a marvelous rice steamer, darling. Now we're going to let the rice steam for about 25 to 30 minutes. But the key is not to open the pot and check on the rice too soon, because if you let the steam out of the pot while it's cooking, that's just going to slow up the whole process. Once the rice is done steaming, I like to add a little cilantro as well as some capers and olives. But that's a me thing. That's optional. And then I'm going to give that a good stir, cover it again, and let it continue to steam for about another 5 minutes, just to let the added veggies warm up. And then after that, it's done.
Lisa D delights. Got noises in my stomach, so I guess I'm feeling hungry. I click that YouTube Lisa D so I can kill this rumbling. But when I'm in the kitchen,
my God, forever. Won't he do it? Yes, he will, all the time. This Dominican rice and beans came out super yummy. I hope you try and like the recipe. After all, I was just trying to help your palate. God bless you. Bye-bye.
make sure you like and subscribe. And you make that so good. Make sure you like and subscribe. And you make that so good.